Queen of Apostles Parish. It's got a nice ring to it, don't you think? For those of you who may not know, Queen of Apostles is a name that's been given to us when St. Denis Parish and St. Peter Parish merged together. The diocese hasn't quite figured out when that's going to happen, but it's going to happen. And then what? Now, what does that mean anyway, to create a new parish? Well, canon law says, and I quote, that a parish is a certain community of Christian faithful stably constituted on a particular church whose pastoral care is entrusted to a pastor and has a juridic personality. That clears it up, doesn't it? There's nothing like canon law to just suck the Holy Spirit right out of the equation. Because canon law can capture a legal description, but it can't tell us what a parish is, any more than civil law can describe a family, but it can't tell us what makes a family. At its most basic, parish is church. It's what the Holy Spirit created at Pentecost and what the Holy Spirit continues to create today. The Holy Spirit makes church. We can't do it on our own. In the very first Pentecost, the Holy Spirit came blowing in, and things have never been the same in the world ever since. But if we're going to be true to Pentecost, then we have to believe that the way things used to be are not the way things are today, and nor will they be the way things are tomorrow. Pope Francis warns us, and I love this line, never try to tame the Holy Spirit, because there's nothing more detrimental to a parish community than to become a simple body of people who believe the same thing, simply because we close our doors so tight. When the church becomes fearful or insecure rather than eager to change, a parish family must believe that the winds of Pentecost continue to create us, or we cease to be church. Then we just become a club of like-minded people, but not church. A parish also recognizes that the Holy Spirit comes to everyone, not just priests and deacons. That's obvious, right? But to the whole staff, not even to the whole staff, but to everyone. You who are long-standing parishioners of the parish and to those who are newcomers. The Holy Spirit comes to cradle Catholics and those who recently join our church. The Holy Spirit comes to married couples and to single people, to those who painfully divorce and are courageous enough to try again. The Holy Spirit comes to parents and to the childless, to the young, to the old, to those who are straight, to those who are gay, and those still making that journey of discovery. The Holy Spirit comes to weekly Mass goers and those that just show up every once in a while, to crying babies and to crying widows. The Holy Spirit comes to those whose English is the first language and those whose it is not, the near perfect and the most broken, the addicts and the teetotalers. The Holy Spirit comes to those who think they've got it all figured out and those of us who know we don't. Those who hang on no matter what and those who they've given up waiting. When the tongues of Pentecost fire appeared, no one was left out. Not then, not now. And just as a parish is part of a much larger church, a parish is a body of many voices, and all voices that need to be heard. You see, the miracle of Pentecost was not that there were different languages spoken. I mean, that happens when you bring together the Parthians and the Medes and the Elamites and the Mesopotamians and the Judeans and Cappadocians and all those other people who are gathering for a party, right? The miracle of Pentecost was they heard each other. They listened. Listening is the gift of the Holy Spirit. And there's nothing that makes a parish feel more secure and more likely to die than the practice of only gathering like-minded people. We have to listen to each other. And finally, a parish must recognize that, like Christ, we're one body. There's no getting around that. We're many parts, but we are one body. This is not our personal journey to God. It's a corporate adventure. One body, one Christ, one church. That's what a parish is. And that's what Queen of Apostles Parish can one day be. So my amazing 8,